Hello and welcome back to the Beaglington Review, and in this episode I'll be looking at this. It's a Bachmann Class 8 and it's 0.08631 Eagle in Network SouthEast livery. So yeah, we'll go and look at it in more detail over at the desk. So here we are at the desk with the Bachmann Branch Line Model Railways Class 8. And if I turn it around, you can see the product code is 32109. And it says Class 08 Diesel Shunter 0.08631 Eagle Network Southeast. And it's presumably 8-pin DCC ready. I don't know what the red dot is for. So I'm going to get it out now. And on the back of here, it does have a history of the Class 8, if you want to pause and read it. But really, I'm interested in this Class 8 because of the livery, which is Network Southeast. And I think Eagle was, I read it was in Cambridge, and that's where it got its Network Southeast livery or something. And then eventually went to, it was in preservation, and then it got brought out of preservation, and then the people that were using it on the main line or whatever went bankrupt or closed down or whatever, so it went back into preservation. So it's called Eagle, and its full name is Eagle C.U.R.C, which is Cambridge University Railway Club. So it'll be interesting to see if you can see the letters on the nameplate. So I'm going to open it up now and see. And I think I read online as well that this model was out in 2016. So this was bought pre-owned on Hattons, but it's supposed to be in pretty much immaculate condition. There's a little bit of like black grease around the pins here, but the wheels look, in pretty good condition. I can't see too much fluff or fibres or anything, so I'd say it's probably had very little running, but we'll find out how well it runs in a minute when we get it onto the railway. I have noticed that the handrails start level with this white line here and then bend up on this side, and they're sort of very wonky on this side, but I don't know why that is. So you've got the British Railways symbol there, and you've got the number 0.08631, and I will try and refocus it now and show you there's even a little sort of coat of arms or a crown or something, and some more writing, which I can make out. I think it's a CA on the model, but I can't read the even smaller writing. But if you could zoom in well enough, it'll probably be legible. There's some electricity warning flashes down here. But I have my Triang Class 8, which I'll just go get to compare. So the level of detail by comparison, it's just so much different. I mean, you can see these panels here with the molded plastic line on here, and over here they've got full like 3D kind of textured grilling. And I keep moving it out of focus. There we go. So yeah, the detail is so much better. The handrails stick out. They're actually like separately fitted handrails. I'll try to put it that way on. You might be able to see down the side that they are in fact separately fitted. And you've got at the front end, you have these tanks down here underneath. And see if I can lock the focus now that I'm done with most of the zooming in stuff. So you've got obviously these chevrons, and you've got the lights, and I'm not entirely sure what these big old holes are in the front of the buffer beam. And you've got these sanding gear bits here, and a whistle or something here. There's a gauge with a needle over on this side, which I'll just show you there. So it's got lots of lovely small bits of detail anyways on it. Let's see if we can see inside the cab. There is cab detailing, but it's all molded in blue plastic. I imagine if you could get the cab off and look inside, you might be able to paint it if that's not the right colour that it's supposed to be. And then also in the box we have the teardown of the model. So there you are. There's the diagram which shows all the bits and pieces. And there's something else in the back of the box as well, which is some etched nameplates, which is very impressive for a Class 8. There you can see it says Eagle, and you can see the little letters underneath which say C.U.R.C. So that's very cool. I wonder, I might have to apply those at some point. Be very interesting. But now it's time to get it onto the railway and see how it does over points and get it pulling some stuff. Maybe I'll put some freight behind it and maybe some coaches, and let's just see how it goes. So there's Eagle down at Beaglington-On-Sea, and we're just about to give it a test run. I haven't run it before, so it could be a dud, it could be really noisy, it could be silent, who knows. So I've got my HM2000 plugged in, and I'm going to turn it on and gently put it to that's the third dot. I can hear it humming. Is it moving? No, it's still humming. If I turn up to, that's just over 4 dots. Oh, it sounds like a Class 8, I suppose. A bit rough. Well, here comes Eagle now into shot at half speed. And this has only been running for a few seconds, so we're going to speed it up a little bit now and see. The top speed on this, as you might expect, is quite low because it's a shunter. It doesn't need to be going very fast, so it's got probably gearing to ensure that it runs like that. And if I just stop it, it should have a small bit of inertia left over, and it keeps rolling. And that is because it's got a flywheel, so that's pretty good. And now I'm going to run it through some points. And hopefully there'll be no issues. Because obviously you want your Class 8 to be able to be pretty good at shunting. So, I mean, like that's top speed in reverse. So you're not really having any issues with going too fast through the points. It's lovely and smooth, if a little noisy. I wonder if the noise will go away with more running. Right, I'm going to test it out, pushing some wagons in and out, and I'll do it. Okay, so it's had a minimal amount of running, but I'm going to try and get it through the points nice and slow and smooth. I'm going to test it with this, my laboratory CCT, and see if it can push it through. It's got a long wheelbase, which might make it a bit challenging to get it through the S-bend, but it's got a modern tension lock on it. And then I've got this tanker, which has the wider kind, which will probably derail. And then I'm going to test it with this coach and see if it can push the coach through, which has wide tension locks, but they're on bogies and they're short wheelbase, so should work fine. So first of all, we're going to couple these up. That was perfect. I'll close the points first. I want to drive the train over it. And open the points, and we see now how slowly we can get this to go over the points. I can actually slow it down while it's on the frog. Even slower, and it's still going. Well, that was very smooth and very impressive compared to my trying. And I'd like to point out that the white painted buffers are sprung, which is quite neat. Now, we're going to go and give this a test with the shockingly big tension lock coupled tanker. This, I don't imagine, is going to go very well. So, here we go. Flip the points. So train, change points. Whereas it's going to come straight off the track. Yeah, it didn't even make it to the crash against the wall as it usually would. That's a bit of a fail. And I think it will probably do the same even with a short wheelbase. We'll try Sodor fuel. Obviously, Class 8s have a Thomas the Tank Engine connection, so give that a go. I've actually got the hook from the Sodor fuel coupling is outside of the hoop of the Class 8 coupling, which is probably a good thing. And actually might allow it to go round. So yeah, maybe tension locks on short wheelbases without the hook engaged might be a good way to do it. And I'll just pop this back over here and test it out with this Network SouthEast coach. And I'll try that with the hooks completely engaged. So, that's going off at express speed. A bit of coach shunting. Now, here we go. Hopefully the coach behaves itself. We'll slow it down again. And that's as far as it will go because of the cliff in the way. Well, that was very, very impressive that it can run with this thing through the points, and the coach not so impressive with this. But yeah, you can't fault the locomotive itself because it was lovely and smooth and slow over these points, which are naff. So let's get it on. I'll put it on the outside line because the Mark IIs might catch on the platforms elsewhere. But we'll get it running with Network SouthEast coaches because it's the only Network SouthEast locomotive I have. So yes, I have my Network SouthEast coaches in the station. There are 4 Mark IIs in the darker weathered livery, and they are from Hornby. And so I'm going to couple the Bachmann Class 8 up to them, and hopefully it won't have any trouble pulling them, because it's the only Network SouthEast locomotive I have to pull them. So here we go. 4 Mark II coaches. Now this is full power on the HM2000, which only gives it an alright sort of speed for a train like this, I guess. In terms of, you know, how fast it's going as the train would be passing, it's alright. Now I'm just going to slow the Class 8 down to a stop, and you might be able to tell that it certainly sounds a lot smoother and less growly than it was before when I started running it. So that's the advantages of, you know, giving things a good run in. So I mean, it just looks so lovely. So what can I conclude about the Bachmann Class 8? Well, it's a weighty chunk of detailed goodness. It really is a lovely model. It's lovely and detailed, even if the handrails are a bit wonky at the top there. And it would be very nice to have one in, I'd love one in, you know, the dark black early BR livery, a bit like Devious Diesel. Maybe I'll get a hold of the Thomas and Friends Devious Diesel at some point when they release him in the UK range, and compare them. I imagine they'll be quite different. But no, this is a really, really nice Class 8, and it really blows my old Triumph one straight out of the water. Like, it really is just amazing. I mean, look, there's even detail I just glazed over when I was at the desk. There's separately fitted lamp irons and stuff on the back. Like, it just really is marvellous. I'll have to get a Hornby one as well at some point and compare it, a new modern one, or maybe even win the lottery and get one of the little TT ones. Who knows? So yeah, thanks very much for watching the Beaglington review. I'll have another review soon. I've got a brake van to look at, so stick around for that at some point. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. And don't forget you can like, share, subscribe. There's the subscribe bubble thing, and there's the playlist thing. And yeah, tell all your friends. So thanks, and see you on the next one.